Hey brides, welcome back. Today's message is called Do Not Reveal Your Strength. And we're coming from the book of Judges, specifically chapter 16, and this verse, not verse 13, but this chapter is talking about Samson revealing his strength unto Delilah. Now, he lied 3 times to her, and then the 4th time he finally told her where his strength comes from. We have to remain strong by not revealing where our strength comes from. We can tell people that we believe in God, but our actions are really what shows the strength of Him, okay? People love to talk. They will ask you a lot of questions. That happens to me a lot, to where people want to ask where I'm working, where I'm from, and things like that. Like, if God is doing something for you, you know you can't just go around telling everybody all the time. I've made that mistake plenty of times before, in relations to jobs specifically, because every time I would tell someone about a job, I would end up having a hard time there. And everybody's thoughts are not all great towards your job. Samson finally decided to, I wondered why Samson even wanted to tell her about this. And Yahweh said that this was his plan for how the Israelites were going to overcome the Philistines at that time. You grow stronger. You know, people are going to ask you, how do you have this? How do you have that? Or what you're doing now. If the Holy Spirit is not telling you to tell them anything, don't say anything. Just say, I'd rather not talk about it. Nobody's entitled to know where you work. Nobody's entitled to know where you're from. You can give like the industry, like if you want to give a broad industry, you can do that. But any specifics other than that, I just wouldn't say more. Because when you really want Yahweh to work for you, it has to remain just Him and you knowing about it. Because you're supposed to be focusing on things above. Your mind is to focus on things that are above. You can't focus on things that are above if you're constantly telling everybody about everything about your strength in God. People will try to knock you off your pivot by mentioning things that will get a reaction and distract you from Yahweh. No matter how many times these people ask you the same questions, don't get tired. Stand firm in your answer of not telling them anything. Say, I'm not telling you anything because that's the reason I just don't want to. I wonder why Samson suffered the way he did, and it was because of the fact that he got tired of her asking the same question. He felt like he was suffering with her asking that question daily about his strength. So he just went ahead and told her because she was relentless in asking about his strength. And we don't know the definitive time of how long it took her to get an answer, or how long it finally took him to be bothered enough of her asking. But eventually he told her the truth, and that's where Samson messed up. He got tired. He messed up by getting tired of her asking that question, so he told her the truth. If you don't want to tell the truth, you can always refrain from being in those kinds of situations where someone would ask you about your strength in God. I have told people where my strength comes from, and I can definitely tell the difference in my life and what happens on a day-to-day basis just based off of when I've told someone something. Protect your strength in God by keeping things to yourself, especially the things that Yah has blessed you with. You speak of your blessings by saying, yes, God blesses my coming in and going out. People want you to share your blessings specifically, so that way they can go and ask this happens sometimes. They can go and ask God for the same exact thing, which little do they know, that just means that they coveted what you have. And really, for me, in my experience, if somebody likes something that I have, I tend to not use it anymore. Just recently, a lady had complimented me on my spray that I wore, and they were like, hey, can you spray some of that on me? And so I sprayed it on her because I wasn't going to tell her no. And ever since then, I've only used it once. Since that day, I've only used it once, meaning I felt convicted because she likes something that I have and she wanted to wear it. And I'm just like, you know, it makes me feel weird. It makes me feel like, why is this person wanting what I have? Now I don't want it anymore. You know? Now I don't even spray it anymore. And it sucks because I really liked it, but I'd rather not be a stumbling block to her so that she learns not to covet other people's things. Protect your strength by keeping things to yourself. It is hard, but it is doable. Your blessings are your blessings. So telling everybody isn't going to help you retain those blessings. General talk about being blessed is fine, but when you've waited on God for something really special for you and He's shown you something that He really wants you to have for a while, you know, once you get it, just enjoy it for a while before telling others. People's thoughts toward your blessings aren't always that great, and that can actually affect you. And we have to be mindful of who we are revealing our strength to. Be slow to speak and quick to listen. That's James. That's in the book of James. Things get better when it's just God and you, and I mean that. The best things have happened when no one else knew it. You brides be blessed.